Hello everybody and welcome to my super cool, super fun, and hip hand drawing tutorial. Today we're going to go full cartoon, and in preparation for this video I made these hands. These two, for example, were drawn from observation, holding my hand up to myself, and I really enjoyed giving them personality, a little bit pointy, like the hands of a villain. For cartoon, the eyes are of course very important for your expressive character, but their hands also says a lot about their personality. If you just think of old school Disney animations like Robin Hood, those hands were really giving our characters life. So without further ado, we're going to move on to this tutorial. Alright. So these hands I got from artists on Pinterest, willing to share their wonderful material with us. And at first I'm going to go for very Mickey Mousey hands. Here I'm working a little bit on the thumb. You can see the very gestural kind of strokes at the beginning. It's important to be very free because after you're going to go over your lines with much more control and precision. Okay, here we're in time lapse. This is about twice as fast. Okay, so here some of the fingers are curled. That's interesting. I like from the model, this is a very old school page from a book. I like that little S curve at the wrist. You can really feel the mass around the wrist, and then the forearm is not realistic. It's a rubber hose kind of arm going over my lines a little bit here. Okay, yes, a little cleaner is very important. Cleaning up the drawings. This is not an erasable pencil. It is a Laurentian, just a beautiful blue, a beautiful, gorgeous blue. And you can see the small strokes. I learned that in animation school. We had a rotating table too, so we could do that. Sometimes it's nice to get a good angle with the natural movement of your arm. That's also why I work here on a drawing table at an incline. Okay, so that's it for that hand. Now I'm using a Col-Erase red pencil. This one is erasable by Prismacolor. Again, one fell swoop, you know. And getting into the roundedness of the palm, I would say blocking out the palm, getting a little bit of that curviness. We're doing a chibi hand now based on a child's anatomy a little bit more with the shorter fingers. And it's already time to... I skipped a lot in this one to clean it up. Okay, you can't really see here. This is really an art form to make these tutorials. Quite the learning curve. Okay, point taken. Next time I might tie my hair, get it out of the way. Okay, that little pinky finger. And here we have a nice curvy negative space that we don't want to miss. And again, like sometimes I was just going over too much and getting close, and so I just decided to skip ahead. Yeah. Spending the time to clean it up is so important. Giving the weight of the hand by working the line of the bottom can really help. And this next hand is in the same style, the same kind of chibi style, and it was a complicated hand to draw. So again, I'm using a reference. You can see my iPad to the right, and there's a lot of overlapping in perspective. So this is where it requires a lot of practice, but if you don't have it, I would encourage you to sometimes jump to these more difficult exercises, just because for the brain to try to understand something is getting it out of its comfort zone. It's experimental. And if we're not judgy about the results, there's so much to be learned from these interesting perspective where the inside of the hand is curved a little bit, lifted towards you, and that's what you see. So a lot of work here on the thumb, cleaning up big chunks of it, and just going over a second time to just showcase all the hard work that's been put here. Again, a negative space here between the fingers and the thumb. The thumb is a finger. Very interesting, intricate space to play with. They have shapes, those negative spaces, that you can lock onto and usually fix a lot of stuff. So this hand style reminds me a little bit of the Disney movie Hercules, the longer hands with a lot of drama, right? Dramatic hands, probably for an entirely different character design. And that's the thing with cartoon, you're playing with so many styles. Even it's taking me a lot of effort to hone it in. Like, what is my style? What is my favorite? And this is why these studies, these exercises are so important. And here I'm experimenting how I'm cleaning up. I'm using the side of the pencil, just doing something different. Right? It's always good. Very fun to play with these almost scissor blade looking fingers. It's not about getting exact anatomy. It's about using what's in the anatomy and what you can showcase. Like the back of the fingers tend to be very straight, and so you only get a chance to describe them as 3 different segments, right? Because that's what's happening in the front of the hand, giving a hint that that's what's going on. So this is pretty much the end of the tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this inspires you to just dive into the rich and wonderful universe of storytelling with cartoon.